I do not condone, encourage, or promote the use of any tobacco products. This channel is not for anyone under the legal smoking age of the region or country they reside in. This video is for educational and documentary purposes only.
Welcome back, everybody. Before we get started, I need to thank Avowed for sending this over for me to review. As I said in my previous review, no brand ever has to give me the opportunity to review their stuff, especially with being such a fledgling channel. So I appreciate it so much when they offer me the opportunity. Now, let's get into the review. Today, we're diving into the Avowed Awakening, and let me tell you, this one made a good impression. The wrapper, as you can see, is silky smooth with no large veins, and is absolutely a flawless milk chocolate color. There is zero imperfections in this one. It really is just a perfect wrapper. For the banding, it has a gorgeous red, gold, and white motif with really ornate detailing and emboss work. In my opinion, the banding is executed to perfection. It's eye-catching without being busy and elegant as hell. This is the kind of banding that pulls you in and makes you curious to try the cigar without knowing anything else about the blend. This is a beautifully executed band. That is it for the presentation and construction overview. Now let's get into the experience. With a straight cut, this cigar gave me a perfect draw, with just the right amount of restriction that was neither too open nor too tight. From this point on in my reviews, I've decided to no longer give any more cold draw notes, as I feel they are very often muted or basic, and can even sometimes be misleading. So I will just be skipping those from now on in my reviews. At the first light, I was immediately greeted with cream, aged tobacco notes, along with a sweet tobacco and almond flavor for the main notes, with oak as an undertone. This cigar also included a tiny whisper of florality in the beginning, along with a leather note that is sitting quietly in the back of the room where it belongs. This cigar is super balanced and very smooth right from the start. In the retrohale, I picked up just a touch of spice, barely enough to give a very light hint of a burn, before fading quickly into notes of cedar, and again those very subtle hints of leather and florality. As the cigar progressed, there was not a lot of changes, but the flavors did reshuffle a bit. Some notes mellowed out while others stepped forward, but all the notes were still there to the halfway point. Luckily, the leather never came forward and never raised its hand. It kept mostly quiet at the back of the glass the entire time, which is exactly what I want from leather notes in a cigar. The retrohale as well remained consistent, so I won't just regurgitate the same information again. Now, towards the end of the cigar, the blend started to wake up a little bit more. The spice picked up, but the core notes stayed intact with the toasted bread, cream, cedar, aged tobacco, and almonds. Luckily, even though the spice picked up a bit in the retrohale as well, it never got to a point where I would ever try to call it a medium plus spice level. It stayed very mellow, but it had ratcheted up about 2 clicks in strength, with no real burn, but there is definitely some tingling going on in the sinuses. At least, that is just me. Others may feel differently. I just seem to handle spice better than some of the people who always say, "I don't like spice," and stay constantly complaining about it in any cigar that has more than 0 burn. My final verdict on this cigar is that it is medium-bodied and medium strength. It had 100% flawless construction and smoking experience. The burn was razor sharp and the ash held on very strong. In my opinion, if you were into long ash challenges, I feel like this one could be a solid candidate. The blend was super consistent, but also not static by any means. It was very well balanced on flavor the entire time. And even though I'm still new to these blends, I really enjoyed this cigar. I may not be the most experienced judge of Connecticut cigars yet, but I'm learning, and this stick made practice easy and smooth. Overall, this is a great cigar. It held on well and provided a great smoking experience while being buttery smooth the entire time. What more could you really ask for? So that is where I'll leave it. Thanks again to Avowed for sending this over. If you like this review, hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons. Don't forget to ring the bell to catch my latest reviews. Thank you all for watching Hotbox Cigars and checking out my no-filth reviews. Peace.